The Rural Fire Brigade truck was right behind me, and he yelled out the window. He said, "Mate, you've got seconds." And that's virtually what it was.
Paul Galloway counts himself better off than some, despite the pensioner having lost virtually everything to the weekend's bushfires.
That's one of my corner roads. There's my block in there. So it's in God's hands now.
Yeah, see?
So that's everything?
Yeah, and this is what's arrived.
He's now staying at the Tara pub. All that's left is his car and what happened to be inside.
Yeah, because I was making this little house thing for Mum's ashes to sit in. And I'm going to, I'll have to get them again now. But I had the engraving tools, so I was going to put our loving mother.
Since Paul's property and several cars he was restoring were destroyed, he's managed to return briefly to survey the damage, only for the area to be evacuated again.
Mostly just burnt out, everything burnt out. Just a couple of things only got a little bit of damage, but generally speaking, just lost everything. It's the little things. It's I only had one picture of my mum, and that's gone.
Paul is in the same boat as so many who have lost everything. Without insurance, he'll be relying on government grants and assistance to help get back on his feet.
Let's just hope the government does what they say they're going to do and help us rebuild. And as a pensioner, I wouldn't have been able to afford insurance anyway, as most people probably can't.
It's interesting fire behaviour that we've seen over the last week as the fire has actually burnt through areas that burnt already this year. The fires earlier this year obviously didn't consume all the fuel, and the heat that we had in some of those days and the dry winds, the fire travelled through already burnt area, which was unusual for us to see. And that really challenged our strategies, it really challenged our ability to contain this fire early on.
Crews and locals are well versed in fire management, but it's the unusual conditions that's led to such devastating losses. 2 lives and more than 50 homes.
I've never seen fire activity like we've got in Queensland at the moment. We've had bad fire seasons like 2019, a lot of big fires, but we don't have the volume of fires that we're getting at the moment. It's quite mind-boggling, really.
Even being here, it's hard to appreciate the sheer scale of destruction, and I can still feel the heat radiating off the ground. 24,000 hectares of country has been burnt. Trees everywhere are whittled down to matchsticks. And crews in Tara won't be confident they've beaten these fires for several more days, when it's hoped much-needed rain will finally arrive. Just 10 kilometres from the Tara township, on one of the oldest properties in the region, owner James Hayden is critical of what he believes was a slow response by authorities last week, before the majority of homes were lost.
It's only us farmers and a handful of the locals that we were the ones here stopping it. Like, we didn't, for 3 days, we didn't see any fireys, no nothing, and we were the ones that stopped it here on the southern side.
Fire damaged hundreds of acres of his neighbour's property, and they feared the fire had the potential to reach the town centre of Tara itself.
Yeah, well, it was called in twice on the Tuesday night, once we'd known that it had jumped Myra Road, and it was called in twice, and we got told that we were to leave or we were on our own. And we never seen a firefighter or anything like that. There was none of that to come and help.
He decided to stay and battle the fire.
With nearly a complete stud herd here at the moment, there's in the vicinity of $1.25 million worth of cows. That's without bulls and stuff on top of it, and just to walk away from that, and that's livestock. That's without our infrastructure and any of the rest of it. It's one of those things that we just got to do what we got to do to protect our livelihood, because, well, the comments of saying that we're on our own, it's a little bit of a hard pill to swallow, I suppose.
Fire crews are continuing to work on multiple fire fronts across Queensland, all the way to the New South Wales border. And amongst it all, the community has pulled together.
You know, a sausage sizzle and some sandwiches and a cool drink, and so I've really got no idea who's paying for anything at the moment.
As much as we try and save ourselves, it's helping, like, we're all trying to help each other.